Welcome to AnSRS4U Express, Limited Submission Process. This short lesson will describe the process to follow if a funding opportunity announcement limits the number of proposals from an organization. Many funding agencies issue requests for proposals that limit the number of applications they will accept from an institution. The manner in which sponsors limit applications varies, but usually consists of one or more of the following: limiting the number of proposals which may be submitted, limiting the type of institution that can apply, and/or limiting the PIs by stage of career. This video focuses on the institutional limitation. Texas A&M University, working in partnership with the Texas A&M University System research agencies, has established a process to identify limited submission funding opportunities and internally select applicants to submit full proposals in response to a particular program. The steps of the process are as follows. In step 1, the Office for Vice President for Research identifies limited funding submission opportunities. The Division of Research identifies limited submission funding opportunities through internet searches, web services, and historical opportunities. Please be aware that the list is not comprehensive. Anyone who wishes to apply to a limited submission funding opportunity that is not posted on the website should contact limitedsubmissions@tamu.edu. The guidelines will be reviewed and an appropriate internal deadline will be established and posted to the website. In step 2, the Office of Vice President for Research announces internal calls for the Texas A&M community. In step 3, faculty submit internal proposals to the Office of Vice President for Research. In the next step, if the number exceeds the limit, then the internal review process begins. In step 5, internal review is conducted. In the last step, nomination, the selected principal investigator is notified of their selection. An email newsletter is sent to subscribers on campus, including a link to the sponsor's website for full details of the opportunity. The Division of Research will also post the announcement to the limited submission website. The announcement includes the following information: URL for sponsor's full announcement, institutional eligibility, PI eligibility restrictions, if applicable, deadline for internal letters of intent and/or internal proposal deadline, and the external deadline for submission to the sponsor. View the limited funding opportunities via the limited submission webpage. Select a specific funding opportunity link to go to a page that has the funding opportunity details. This page lists the internal proposal due dates and the external sponsor due date. On the funding opportunity detail page, on the right side under Application Tools, there is an option to view the internal submission guidelines and/or apply. Select this to apply. An internal proposal must be submitted electronically using the online application system. Texas A&M University utilizes the InfoReady software system for managing the limited submission process. An internal proposal must be submitted electronically using the online application system. This site is password protected. Texas A&M faculty may use their NetID and password to access the system. Once logged in, you will see your customized page, which lists limited submission applications you have submitted or are currently in progress. The screen will direct the PI to submit certain documents. Documents such as a research plan summary, a preliminary budget. Note, the budget just needs to be very general. No detailed budgets are required. And a bio sketch for the main principal investigator. As you work on your internal proposal, you can choose to select the Save as Draft button and then later log back in and continue to work on the proposal. When it is complete, select the Submit Application button. Once the selection committee determines which PIs will go forward with the full proposal, to the sponsor, all internal applicants and the limited submission liaison at Sponsored Research Services are informed of the outcome. In the funding opportunity table on the VPR website, the principal investigator that was selected will be listed. The principal investigator should contact Sponsored Research Services for assistance in the preparation and submission of the full proposal to the sponsor. Researchers and/or the teams who are selected to apply for limited submission opportunities have the responsibility to work with the appropriate administrative units to prepare strong proposals and to submit these proposals by the designated deadline. Researcher or teams that decline the selection must notify the limited submission office as soon as possible so that the slot may be assigned to another team or reopened. Notifications must be sent to limited_submissions@tamu.edu. Failure to provide this prompt notification to the office is information the review committee may use in future decisions. Have questions or need help with the limited submission process? Contact limited_submissions@tamu.edu. We thank you for listening to this video on the Texas A&M University limited submission process.